Hi, I'm Derek Black. I'm the head of customer success at revVana. Today, we're going to be looking at snapshots of forecasts after opportunities are closed won. So, oftentimes in business, things will diverge from what you thought you were going to get in revenue at the time of booking compared to what is actually happening after the customer becomes live for you. So, in examples of consumption products and examples of professional services, manufactured goods, these are all challenges that are faced with understanding how much money do we get compared to the booking versus what is actually happening. revVana has a feature to track that both before the opportunity is closed and then after an opportunity is closed. And again, this feature can be applied to any objects inside of Salesforce as source data. So let's go into how this works. The basics are I have an opportunity here and I have an amount and I have a close date, which is typically how people forecast. But everyone knows that necessarily this $205,000 isn't going to be delivered on the close date of September 1st. So here we have an opportunity that has products that are fed in from a quote in CPQ, and revVana will generate a plan for that. This plan is automated based off of the configuration of the quote or the opportunity to have a default initial best guess of how this revenue is going to land. We assume that all of our hardware is going to be purchased on the signing date and shipped then. We assume that some of our users are going to be turned on at different dates. So our read-only users are getting turned on a little later than our analytics users. We have a ramp for consumption products. So storage and API usage go up over time. And we have training that's delivered immediately, and we have an implementation that ramps up over a few months. So before this is closed, we can make some changes to this if we know something is going on with this particular customer. Like we're not going to be able to get them all of the hardware as soon as this is closed, or maybe they don't need it until later. So we can change this and split it up. We also expect that the consumption products are going to start a little later too. So we can shift these by a month. And now we have a schedule that, from conversations with the customer, effectively where we expect to see revenue coming in after this is closed won. So we can go back to the opportunity. From there, we can say, all right, great, we won this business. The revVana feature that we wanted to talk about today is around closed won snapshots. So before we close this, we have a live plan that can be used for anything in the pipeline phase or as well as after this business is won. When we move the opportunity to closed won, revVana will create a new plan for us of the booked snapshot for a new business opportunity. This is a copy of what we saw at the time of closed won, which we can then compare to the live plan that can be used for changes throughout the relationship with the customer. So now that we're post closed won and we know that some things are maybe going to be in flight with this customer, there can be changes that happen to the live plan. These can be either manually keyed in, like I'm going to do right now, or they can be from integration to other objects or information sources that actually tell you what the actuals are for hardware delivery or implementation services, consumption, really anything in here that is generating revenue from your customer. So in this example, let's say that the implementation, we discovered that we need to ramp this up a lot more. So they're going to spend $15,000 in September, and they're going to spend $25,000 in October as an estimated amount. And that's because they decided to buy more hardware and it's going to be more difficult to implement. When I save these changes, they are, of course, logged and noted inside of the plan records, where I can see what has been changed on this plan to understand why certain things are happening with this customer. And when I go back to the opportunity, the snapshot will reflect the in some charts. So we can see that the live opportunity plan has some more revenue for the months of September and October than the snapshot did. So here you can monitor through the life cycle of a customer how the actual revenue compares to the booked revenue and find accounts that are over or underperforming the assumptions at the time of closed one.